Welcome back at WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. We are not on Radio Row. We're doing this virtually. And, Luke Jones and I would probably be having some beers, and we'd probably be having some chicken wings at the Hat Tricks in downtown Tampa. But instead, we're so far away, and, the wrestling stuff always goes to you, Luke. Luke, you must admit, you had your first wrestling experience Super Bowl week with your brother this week, and you're excited about that, right?
Yeah, everyone wants to talk to football players and former athletes. I want to talk to WWE superstars. So whenever we get a chance to talk to someone, and not just anyone, but the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, who had a pretty decent week from what I understand, why wouldn't I be excited? Way better than Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes or anyone like that. Bianca Belair, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I love that intro. I love it. I love it. You're a smart man, smartish. You got a little bit of EST within yourself too.
Well, he spends a lot of time watching professional wrestling and watching what you do, and you've got a wonderful story, but we've done so much with Special Olympics here lately, and I know that's your cause, and we'll get onto the squared circle, and I got some throwback pictures for you that may be interesting in the course of this, because I have a little wrestling background myself, but you're doing some special things here on and off the mat, and obviously it's been a challenging year in a lot of different ways, but when it's Special Olympics here, we've had the polar bear plunge for years and years and years and years and years, and everybody's been doing it at home. So, hi, Crystal. We got Crystal McFall here.
Hi,
who's up for Special Olympics.
Hi,
What's
Bianca.
going on?
Hi.
Bianca, you know her. Give me a little story. You guys know each other.
Yeah, Crystal, she's amazing. She's a Special Olympics athlete. She's a health advocate. I think Crystal, you know what? I'm going to let Crystal tell about herself. So I think that's the best way to do this. So Crystal, you take the floor. Tell us about you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Krista Sylvia McFall, and I have been in Special Olympics for almost 20 years. I competed in track and volleyball as a Special Olympics athlete.
Did you like track better or volleyball better?
Both.
Both? If I made you pick one, would you pick one?
Volleyball.
Okay, see, there's the one, though.
It's pretty quick there.
I was hoping you picked track, but it's okay. It's okay.
Well, there's so many things Special Olympics does, and we had Chris Nikic on earlier in the week, and my wife and I were watching a triathlete. I mean, just incredible people. I got challenged to a game one-on-one by Special Olympian last year, and I know I would have lost. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Bianca, give me your background with Special Olympics and why it's important to you.
Yeah, ever since I've been in WWE, Special Olympics has been a part of what we do. WWE has been partnering with Special Olympics since the 1995 World Games in Connecticut. And, it just was announced last week that WWE was going to be a gold partner for the 2022 Special Olympics, U.S. Games, and they're going to sponsor weightlifting. So I'm really excited about that. We've always been able to go to all the events and participate. And the athletes are so amazing. They inspire me. They always strive to be the best version of themselves. They go out there, they accomplish so many great things, and they inspire me, and they bring the EST out of me as well.
Crystal, did you have any thoughts about being a professional wrestler or anything like that? No, you watch wrestling? Well, no. Luke's got a lot of questions because Luke loves wrestling. So, Luke, bring it in because I know you're a huge fan. When we found that we could have you, he had Diamond Dallas Page. No. He wanted to have you on this year.
Well, it was a big deal last week talking to the EST of WWE, but I knew that fast forward a week, we were going to be talking to the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, and now going to be put the EST in WrestleMania. But Bianca Belair, I downplayed the week that you've had, but just tell us what that has meant. These last 7 days. It started with beating Bayley on SmackDown, which I know was a big deal, a big step for you. But what you were able to do on Sunday night, I can't even imagine. I've seen some of the reaction, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on what this week has been like for you.
It's been a wild week. It started with the big win over on Bayley on SmackDown, and that momentum carried over into the Royal Rumble and being the last woman standing out of 30 women across NXT, Raw, SmackDown, and Legends. And it all hit me once I threw Rhea Ripley over the top rope. It hit me that I'm the last woman standing. I won Royal Rumble, but then I looked to the left and I saw the WrestleMania sign, and it hit me like a couple of seconds later that not only did I just win, but now I'm going to WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all. We all strive to go to WrestleMania. That's our dream when we're in WWE. It's an amazing feeling. I'm on top of the world. And it's hard to put into words how I feel to get anyone to even understand what I'm feeling right now.
Now, I had a chance to catch your special WWE Chronicle on WWE Network, and first of all, fantastic. I mean, you came across, you were so genuine, talking about not just your experiences in WWE, but what you've gone through to get here. I guess one thing that really resonated with me was watching the Rumble last year. You debuted on the Rumble. You hadn't been on the main roster at that point, but you had such a big showing. And something that you said in reflecting on that, you said, I won that night. So with that in mind, what did that mean for you? And what has this last year been like that's been so crazy with the pandemic, but to think where you are now compared to where you were a year ago, just, what has that journey been like?
It's been a wild journey, from last year saying like I might not have won the entire Royal Rumble, but I won that night because I left everyone, more people know who I was, and knowing that, when I call myself the EST of WWE, no one questions it now. They don't say, what does that mean? They know. And going into this year, not so much focusing on getting people to know who I am, but wanting more and wanting to win. It's my mindset just changed so much from just being complacent and being the grateful girl at the table of, I'm just so happy to have this opportunity, to now being like, I'm happy to have this opportunity, but like, I'm trying to win now. So it's been a wild journey. It's been a crazy ride. And when I look back on it and think about all the things that maybe I stressed about or was frustrated about, it all came full circle and it all makes sense now. And I have zero regrets. I'm just so happy to be where I'm so happy to have gone through what I've gone through to get to this point, because it makes this moment mean so much more. In having the Chronicle and being able to share that with the world and connecting with so many people, this win wasn't just about me. I feel like I was able to bring everyone along the ride with me, and everyone was able to be a part of it with me as well.
I think what was so special about the Rumble on Sunday night were the different moments of storytelling. We saw the moment, you had the interaction with Naomi. I mean, two phenomenal athletes doing what you did. And certainly the callback to last year with what happened with Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, I mean, for me, your performance in the Rumble last year was amazing, but you topped that when Charlotte Flair comes to NXT and you drop the Mean Girls reference on her. You don't even go here. For me, that was the moment that I knew Bianca Belair was going to be something before that, but that was the moment where I said, she's going to be an absolute star. So, you go at the Queen, you better not miss, and you didn't miss in that situation.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Well, I'm an old school wrestling person going back to Bruno here. I'm a Baltimorean, and, we had NWA and WWE, all the things 20, 30 years ago. But, I know of your pathway, and I've done a little bit of reading. I'm not the world's biggest wrestler, but Mark Henry was a big part of your journey, correct? Are you looking at your screen? So I got a picture of Mark here with The Rock, and that's Kevin Eck, my dear friend who worked for Vince for a period of time. And this was a Raw as War 23 years ago. And I'll just say this, Miss Hancock, Stacy Keibler was an intern of mine. She put her card in to become a wrestler. But what women have become in wrestling, and, I had Akbar from American Ninja Warrior. There's incredible opportunities for people who did what you did in college that maybe never even looked at this as the kind of career, right? Like your life's taken on a different turn than maybe you thought when you were in college, right?
Definitely. It's life will take you, they say you make plans and then life happens. And that's what's happened. And all throughout my life, I feel like I've given up one dream for another dream and for another dream. I gave up track and then did CrossFit. I gave up CrossFit for wrestling. And, I feel like wrestling really found me. I was just out there just trying to figure out who I was and striving to try to be the best version of myself. And
did you even watch wrestling? Were you like a fan? It was not even under consideration, right? In your world?
No, I didn't really watch wrestling growing up. My brother watched it, which I saw some of it, but I didn't really watch it growing up. So there wasn't even a thought in my mind to be a wrestler. I wanted to be an Olympic gymnast or Olympic hurdler. And so it's crazy now to think that now I'm in wrestling and I've fallen so much in love with this business that and something that I never imagined myself being, to where now I can't imagine myself being anything other than being a wrestler now. So it's all come full circle. I really feel like wrestling is my soulmate. Like it found me, besides my husband. But wrestling found me, and it's like a perfect fit. Everything is making so much sense that it's scary. And I feel like my body just takes control, and it's just a natural fit for me. And Mark Henry was the first one to believe in me and got me into this business.
Crystal, you ready to start wrestling yet? I mean, she's talked me into it, I think, right?
I don't know.
What's your favorite part of Special Olympics, Crystal?
Hanging out with friends.
That's always the best, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, we got to keep everybody safe. You're wearing your mask. Hopefully, Bianca, you're wearing your mask. I know they're testing and bubbling and doing all those things in WWE. Luke, any parting shots for Bianca Belair, the EST?
Well, she mentioned very quickly, she mentioned her husband, Montez Ford. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one half of the Street Profits Tag Team Champions and bringing the smoke on SmackDown on Friday nights. Bianca, what's it been like going through that with you two being on fairly similar paths, starting out in NXT and getting to the main roster? What has it been like? And the moment of you backstage after winning the Rumble, embracing Montez Ford, I mean, that was special.
I'm just so grateful to be able to do what I love alongside the person that I love, and thank God that we actually like each other and love to be around each other, because we are all the time. And it was amazing coming through the curtain and having him the first person that I see, and I just hugged him, and I couldn't find my words in the moment. I just looked at him and I just said, can we just pray? That's all I could think of. And in that moment, he prayed for me, he prayed on me, and that was a special moment. And I love that I can share these moments with him.
Well, I wish we could share this together in Tampa. I know we usually get together. We're doing this whole virtual thing. Crystal, it was a pleasure to meet you. Keep volleyballing out there, hanging out with your friends and staying safe. Bianca, we'll see you in, maybe the fabulous Royal Farms Arena sometime for a little house show, or Luke will see you at WrestleMania. I've been trying to get Luke and his brother to WrestleMania for years. One year I'm going to get them there. I'm telling you, I'm going to get them there.
Well, hopefully you can be there this year in Tampa Bay, but also don't forget about the Special Olympics U.S. Games that are coming up. It's June 5th through June 12th in Orlando, Florida. It's going to be 20 different team-related and individual sports-related events. So that's going to be amazing. It's going to be one of the biggest U.S. Games that's happened in history. So it's going to be an amazing event. So excited about that as well as WrestleMania on April 10th and 11th.
April 10th, and I was going to ask you where WrestleMania is in Tampa. We like Tampa in Baltimore, so
yes.
We're all good with that. Bianca, a pleasure. Crystal, a pleasure to meet you. Take care of the folks at Special Olympics. Luke will be watching wrestling. It's all he's got now. The football's over. We got wrestling, so we'll be doing that with Vince and everybody at the WWE. Big thanks to our friends at Special Olympics for making that possible. Doing all things possible here, right? I mean, virtually, we're not in Tampa. The Ravens aren't in Tampa, but it's Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Pretty good football game on Sunday night. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, Taos in Baltimore. We never stop talking virtually Baltimore positive.